And welcome everybody to the mj&ty podcast show. Today is April 2nd, the first episode of in April that we are doing. The first episode we are doing in the month of April.
Hey, I thought we were supposed to do April 1st. We always do April 1st.
We were supposed to, but we goofed up because we were busy being April Fools.
Did we play a prank on each other? I forget.
No, we were just being fools. We were just being dum-dums.
Because we forgot.
Yeah.
We forgot. That's totally, if you wanna say that's our fault,
It is
I
our
agree
fault.
with you. All right, Mark, let's stop your shenanigans and get to our take.
Well, first we have to tell the viewers what we're talking about today.
Well.
So, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the Browns and their eventful offseason.
Why would you call it eventful?
Because it's been very eventful. I mean, the team's
no, it hasn't. It hasn't.
The team's been literally drama.
I mean, it's been up and down, up, down.
The team's been littered with drama all offseason. I mean,
I'll be right back. God dang it. God dang it. God dang it. God dang it. Okay, I'm back.
How has the team not been littered with drama? I mean, take a look at what's been happening. They cut Landry, then they cut J.C. Treader. They got Amari Cooper. They got Deshaun Watson out of the blue.
And now they're trying to get rid of Baker.
Wants a trade, and now all of a sudden, and now that the Browns have Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield's probably going, and Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. both want to return to the Browns. What do you know?
What do you know?
Yeah. So, all in all, I do hope that Landry and Beckham return to the Browns because, Landry has been a huge emotional leader on the team. And yeah, he needs to rework his contract. And, he needs to lower his asking price. Odell, we don't know how well he's gonna be.
Let me ask you this.
He got injured
Mark,
in the Super Bowl.
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
Do you think Odell and Landry will really come back after what the Browns did?
Landry, maybe. Beckham, probably not.
Because Beckham is just going to be dropping ball after ball. No offense.
Unless he returns to Rams for him.
Unless he turns to Rams.
Yeah. I mean, Odell has torn, both of his ACLs in the past 2 years.
Let me ask you this. Would you return to your team? Would you return to your team if they cut you or released you?
If it's a team that I helped build and still have some sort of emotional connection to it, yeah, I might. I'd consider returning it, especially if I had helped turn the organization around.
If it was me, my two options would be either playing for a new team or playing for a team that I already am a part of.
Yeah. You were just cut, though. You're not part of a team.
Okay, if I was cut, Mark, if I was cut, I would sign with a different team. Okay,
Fair
you
enough.
happy? You
Fair
happy?
enough.
You happy?
Fair enough statement.
All right.
Yeah. So from what I heard, before Landry was cut, it seemed like he was trying to rework it in his contract. I mean, I heard rumblings of that. I didn't hear anything official from anyone from Landry's party, well, his camp or the Browns or anything. But
Well,
he's just been, as we said earlier, he's been just one aspect of an eventful offseason the Browns have had. As we've stated, as I'm sure you all know, the Browns have Deshaun Watson now.
Marc, we all know that. We all seen the trade go down. We all seen it. I can't wrap my head around it. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around two things. Okay. I can't wrap my head around that we got Watson. I can't wrap my head around that sometimes you're right, and I don't like to admit it.
Sometimes, right?
Sometimes, because we all know I'm always right on this show.
So no, you're sometimes right.
But back to my point.
Okay, get to it.
I think with all of this going down, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
I'll
say this. So there is one owner. There is a very specific owner of a specific division rival of the Browns, and that is not the least bit happy.
Wait, is it the Bengals?
No. Well, I'm sure they're also not too happy, and neither are the Steelers. But the guy I'm getting at
the Steelers lost Juju.
Yeah. How funny would it be if the Steelers somehow got Baker, even though they already have Trubisky? Like
Marc, let me ask you this. Do you really see Baker Mayfield in a Steelers jersey?
It might be a little hard to picture, but then again,
it's what about if was there a rumor of him going to Texas or
yeah,
Dallas
he was linked to
that what I heard.
He was linked to the Watson trade. But the Texans, they don't want to do anything other than compile they don't want to do anything other than compile draft picks because they're in rebuilding mode right now. And for some reason, they like General Davis Mills or Davis General Mills in a cereal box.
Oh, God.
Anyways, talking about former Houston quarterbacks, like we said, the Browns got Watson, and that upset a very, very particular owner of a division rival. His name is Stephen Bisciotti, and he is the owner of the Baltimore Ravens. And he's upset because the Browns signed Deshaun Watson, and that completely changed the quarterback market. And now he's got to pay Lamar Jackson some more money.
Don't. Okay. If we had Eddie, we would put the crying emoji somewhere in here.
If we were good at it, editing, yeah.
Which we're decent at it. We're decent at it.
We like to think we're decent at it. But oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, most of these shows are largely uncut. Like they're pretty much just one take. I mean, we make some cuts from now.
Yeah, we make some cuts.
Yeah, we make cuts when Ty royally messes up.
Okay, I only messed up one time, and that's today. I only messed up one time.
Yeah, that's one for the blooper reel.
No, cut it out completely. Cut that out. Okay, we don't have to use it. We don't have to use the part at the beginning that we stopped. Okay, we don't have to use that.
Oh, don't worry. And this is a fresh recording, so it's 2 separate recording sessions. So you're good, Ty.
All
you're
right.
good. All right.
That stuff is off camera.
Yeah. So, anyways, Cookie Baker Bisciotti or Cookie Baker billionaire Bisciotti is upset that he has to pay his running quarterback more money than he wanted to pay. Cry me a river, Mr. Billionaire. I mean,
let me ask you this. You know Lamar Jackson is his own agent.
I did not know that.
So if you're Marc, let me ask you this because I figured that out today. So let me ask you this. If you're your own agent, do you sit out and say, oh, I'm going to sit out and wait to get this contract? Do you sit out if you're your own agent? Because he has no agent representing him, or he probably has a camp, but he has no agent representing him.
I don't know. Part of me thinks, I'm leaning towards no because I just don't see that working out very well for Jackson. I mean, it would make him look like a baby.
Because go ahead. I know you have one more knucklehead thought in your brain right there. So
babies don't get paid. That's all I gotta say.
If I was I'll give him I'm not going to say if he wants to be his own agent and a player at the same time, I want to know how does he make his deals? You know,
Negotiator.
He probably negotiates his deals different than other players, but being your own agent, I just found this out. Being your own agent, it's going to be tough being an agent and a player. But for me, yeah, I would sit out if I'm my own agent.
All right. Also, side note, this. I don't know if this would impact the Ravens. I'm not entirely sure if the Browns signing Watson impacts the Ravens draft plan or not. Probably not, but it was enough to. What?
Was this a big? Now that we're hearing this, was this a big shocker to us?
Was it a big shocker that a billionaire crybaby acted like a billionaire crybaby?
Yes.
No.
It's not a shocker to me because why would the quarterback market? We got Patrick Mahomes with probably, with probably a 10-year contract or a 9-year contract, something like that.
Yeah, if I'm the general manager, I'm not offering that level or that long of a contract to a running quarterback. No way. No way.
You got Watson making 5 years. You got Mahomes making probably 10 or 9 years on their contract. But like the quarterback market is so deep than any other market in the NFL.
I think the only one that comes remotely close to it is the only two that come remotely close to the quarterback market in terms of price right now would be wide receiver and safety. And that's
because here's the thing that all of us know is that they got Landry and Beckham still there.
Yeah, if they come back, I don't know.
If they come back, but like the quarterback market and the wide receiving market is so different.
Yeah. So, Ty, now that the Browns signed Deshaun Watson, now that the Browns made a splash and got Deshaun Watson, do you think they're going to get a Sunday night football game this year?
Did we get a Monday night football game last year or a Sunday night football game last year? Or did we just get a Thursday?
We got both. Actually, we got all three. Everyone gets a Thursday nighter, and we got a Monday nighter and a Sunday nighter.
Marc, you know how I felt about the trade.
Yeah.
I'm just worried, like, how in the world? Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. How, Marc, you can answer this. How in the world do you tell your camp that your camp says, oh, he's not interested, and then a minute later, you come up with a deal, and then he gets traded?
That'd be tough. That'd be tough.
Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around how that all happened.
All right, everybody, and that is.
Hold on. Do you have an announcement? You wanted to make an announcement?
No.
Oh, we don't have no announcements?
We do not.
We're both goofballs
every time
today.
Every time Ty stops me to say and we have an announcement, every time we do have an announcement, Ty was just a blind squirrel that found a nut.
Okay, we're both goofballs today because we both screwed up.
We're just goofballs today. Just goofballs today. Ty, you're a goofball every day.
I am not a goofball every day. Okay, I am not a goofball every day.
It's okay, Ty. I am too. I'm a bit of a goof myself.
We all screw up.
Yeah. And with that, that's going to do it for this episode of the mj&ty podcast show. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video, share all our videos, share all the videos on our
other channels.
Yeah, on our private channels as well. Subscribe over there to those channels too. They're linked down below, down there. The subscribe button for this channel is over here.
Follow us on social media.
It's somewhere over here.
You put it somewhere every time, different places every time.
See you all next week. Keep your heads in the game.